If you want to make what you make in 1 year, in 1 month, it's through stepping into a new identity. And your identity has nothing to do with what your name is or what you do for work. It has to do with how much you can impress the universe. And when I say universe, it's you. You are the reflection of the universe. And the universe is the reflection of you. So the only way you can do that is to step into a new identity. I'm about to show you guys something. Ready? Hopefully you guys can see that. Identity. Let me switch the colors right now. Identity. This is you. Press. Dent is like leaving a mark. You press. Quality or condition. The condition in which you press. So if I press something that's already here, most likely I won't move it. The only way to impress something is through the invisible fabric of this field. It's just like courtship. You don't really impress a counterpart by being touchy-feely, right? It's through seduction, through everything that's invisible. This is what you call, so when people say spiritual, when I say spiritual, I'm not talking about ghosts or spirits. I'm talking about everything that's invisible. And there's so many things that are invisible. So the only way to impress the universe so it can impress you back, you'll be at God, like awe. It's through the invisible field. You press, and determining by how you press is the condition, the result of how the nature of things will come about. So, identity is you pressing on the field, on the universe, so it could impress you back. Now, there's certain layers that we would have to go through to step into a new identity or impress the universe. How would we do that? So you have your identity, right? That's your identity. Then the identity is the top layer of these things, which is, let's go to red, your conscious mind. This is the part of you that's aware. It's the part of you that asks questions. So a way to access something that's beneath this layer is to ask questions. When you ask a question, you go into the subconscious mind. How you spell subconscious? Excuse my spelling. Let me erase that. Part B. Subconscious. Never mind my spelling, guys. You access the subconscious mind. That's beneath the conscious. It's like the stories that play out, the patterns, the habits. It's funny because the subconscious mind has its own like environment, its own habitat. It's a story that's being played out. It's like it's being narrated behind you. So it's by stories. So the only thing between that, it's your ego. It's like you make a decision with your conscious mind. Your ego would be like, hey, let's make a deal. You make a conscious decision. Your ego will be, it's like the medium between your conscious and your subconscious mind. So your subconscious will be like, oh yeah, we follow these daily patterns, these daily routines. So can we do this decision? The medium between that will be your ego. He will be like, nah, let's not do that. Let's do that tomorrow. Let's do that on this day. It's trying to compromise with you because it took some information from your subconscious of what you do already. It's like, how do you break a pattern? This is the same thing, you like a break an addiction. The only thing that would stop you, which is the medium, will be your ego. But you have a super ego. You have a, let's say, super ego. Your ego, your super ego, tries to conform you to societal standards or morals. So a simple example of this, but I'm going to use the example of making more money, of the example of you want to make what you make in 1 year in 1 month. Now, your super ego would be, your conscious mind would be like, yeah, we're going to make that. I made that decision. Your ego will be like, how we should do it like this because you done did it, you done got money like this before. This is your subconscious. Your super ego will be like, hey, but that ain't the right way to do it. With your subconscious, right? Then you have the unconscious mind. The unconscious is where deep entrenched emotions or the feelings of you making this money, it uses like unconscious mind. It's like I forgot how to spell it right now. So excuse my spelling. This is the unconscious. This is sub. This is the unconscious. It's like it uses all the emotions that's deeply buried within you, and it demonstrates itself by the behaviors you perform. But it captures your emotions, past emotions about how you felt, of the associations you have with making this amount of money. So it'll use like, your unconscious mind will do something like this. Like, I remember when I had a money increase in my life. I had to give it to this person. I had to do this. It came with so much responsibility. I was stressed out. The unconscious mind holds all the emotions deeply entrenched in you. So these are the layers. Now, if you can get a hold of, because I could keep going, I could show you more, but I will. I'm going to show you more. So if you put this into perspective, that's the key. You got to capture what's going on spiritually. This is spiritually. This all has to do with your identity. It's who you think you are, not what you do, not what your name is, not what you do for work. Your identity holds all these components in there. And if you capture these and you put it into perspective, this is how you gain the perspective. It's through your values, your morals, deeply entrenched emotions that you have that make you perform a behavior. So, one way is to, like I said, is to put all of this into perspective. And this is how you have your own perspective of the universe. But this is how you impress the universe, by going into the invisible fields of yourself to impress the fabric of this universe. So, also, I want to show you something else. I think I have done this before. So, let's use green. I don't know, I'm feeling green today, man. You smell me? You smell me? So, in the invisible field is where you can time travel. Now, one of my favorite movies is Interstellar. There was this part with Matthew McConaughey. I think they're not lost in space. They're going to another planet. And the girl that was there says, time is relative. She's telling Matthew McConaughey about, because she has this drive to go see that man that she loves that's stuck on another planet. She's telling Matthew McConaughey that the only thing that transcends time is love. And that's why love is so deep. It has depth. It goes beyond time. This is spiritual. This could be love. This could be hate as well. But I'm gonna show you something. Now, this is your spiritual body. It has aura, your emotional body, your emotions. This is where your thoughts and emotions are in harmony. And this is where a decision can come from. This is how it should be. It should be so much intensity behind it that it transcends time. But there's a principle. This is spiritual. And time travels on its own. Watch this. So, this is you, the one that makes a decision for change. Right? Remember, this is time. Right? That's time. So he's right there on the first time. Then you have the action that you perform in order for you to make what you make in 1 year, in 1 month. You feel like you have to perform actions, right? Then let's shorten this a bit. Let's shorten this just a little bit. Hopefully y'all can see that. Then you have the result you, the outcome you, the one that receives the gift, right? Your gift is to make what you make in 1 year in 1 month. Result you. I talked about this before. So in order for you to make a decision, it comes from an emotion, right? Even if you don't realize it. It's how you feel about the thing. It's how you manifest. This is how you manifest things. Y'all ready? So, you have a thought in harmony with an emotion. It's intense. You decide to do the thing. Yes, I'm about to make 43,000. That's what I make in 1 year. I'm gonna make it in 1 month. So you decide. So then you start performing the actions. And then you get the result. I talked about this before. There's an emotional residue. There's an equal opposite force. So it could be love, hate, or whatever. But the only thing, see, this is time. The only thing that transcends time is your emotional body, your conviction, your thoughts and emotions in harmony, in congruence. Because you perform an action is only relative to this time, is only captured. The action is only there. When you perform an action, it doesn't transcend time. You decided, it's only right here in this time. This result right here exists in this time and in this time, because there's an emotional residue. So the emotion that you first started with, right, lives here. It should live there. It should live here, and it also lives here. That's how you manifest. It's an emotional residue. Now, if you don't keep that, the first thing you started with, if you don't keep that throughout that whole journey, then your result will change. Because what you did here is the same as what you did here. It's just materialized into this physical plane. But this emotional and thought body, when they merged into harmony, lived here, and here. So you would only get this result is the feedback of what you did in the beginning. So what I'm saying to you is, do not leave behind some crazy, wacky, emotional residue throughout that process. But how do you embody? How do you embody that whole journey? How do you embody that feeling the whole journey? One way I could say it is, no matter what happens, you better keep that. You better keep this, what you did in the beginning, you better keep that throughout your whole journey. Everything will perform itself. Of course, this place that we in, we have to perform actions. But everything will just come naturally. The same as an inhale, exhale. And that's how you time travel and manifest what you want. But how do you even embody that feeling to begin with? I already told you about the conscious, the ego, the super ego, the subconscious, and the unconscious. Right? So I'm gonna erase that. Hope you guys, y'all could draw it too. Y'all probably could draw it better than me. So hopefully y'all drew this right here. I'm gonna have to. I have to, guys. You smell me? Hopefully that makes sense. So, You had, I want to put this up again. You have ego, you have conscious. Oh, now I can spell. You have your conscious, you have your ego, super ego. You have your subconscious, unconscious, and you got to just grab that, capture that. And this is where your perspectives come from. Your perspective of you. But most fail to have a perspective because it's easy. One of the most important things is to, because of your unconscious mind, you have to become conscious and recognize the successes you have made or your wins. This is like my boy, one of my favorite rappers said, Stack Bundles. He was like, we don't count our losses, we tally our wins. Make sure you recognize your wins, man. You have had great success, but you're just not recognizing them. And that's a way to impress the field, because this is part of your identity now. This is part of your identity no matter what nobody tells you. So you have to impress yourself in order to be impressed by the universe. And the universe is going to be like, oh, you're special, you're unique. No matter what happened, you showed resilience, you showed character, and you kept that emotion, the thing that I showed you, throughout your whole journey. Hold up. How the hell do you see time? Because everybody else in my universe sees it so linear, but you don't. You get it? So, that was that. So, you got this now. How? Back to this. Let me see. Let me reframe that. Look, I'm gonna reframe this for you. If I made $43,000 of what I made in a year, right? I make that in a year, right? You make that in a year. If you make it, if I made it today, let's say this is your salary, yearly salary, but your job just magically, or if you run a business, your business magically makes that 43K today. How would I feel? This is where it gets real. Hopefully y'all can see, man. Don't worry, y'all. The universe will support me. I'm gonna have my tripod set up, all that. Have the lights ready for y'all. Don't worry. But if I made 43K today, how would I feel? Watch this. How would I feel? I would feel secured. I would feel secured for the year because all my expenses is paid, right? I would feel energized. Be thrilled, nigga. I'll be thrilled, nigga. I'll be jumping for joy. I'll be energized. Joy, let's just joy, right? Because I just said that, right? It just came out of nowhere. I'll be jumping for joy. So I'll be secure. I'll be energized. I will feel like I'm a philanthropist. Now I can give, I can help. Giving, I can help others. like giving value. Let's say if you do content and you get that check through content, through YouTube or whatever you do, you use. You give more value. Giving, like helping others, right? What else? I would feel more conviction, like proof that my faith works, right? Conviction in what I do. I have a vision and it's invisible. Only I know. I have faith now. You have faith. So, all you have to do, right? Like I showed you in that little diagram with time, how to keep that emotion throughout no matter what happens. You know how you would get those, whatever you get in 1 year, in 1 month? This is so easy. I'm gonna move. Feel this now. That's it. Feel this. Feel secured now. Feel energized now. Feel giving now. Feel conviction now. Because if you feel it now, then all you got to do is flip the letters around of now, and you have one. The quotation marks, bunny ears, right? The Matrix game. You're out of the fucking Matrix. Just flip the letters around. But see how the beginning is the end and the end is the beginning? It's cyclical. So this is all spiritual. You can't see joy. You can't feel joy, like feel it tangibly, joy. You can't feel, you can't have like touch secured, like feeling secured, or you can't touch feeling giving or conviction. This is all invisible. This is all internal. You feel that now. You could also, if you get that money now, you feel more responsible for others. So you feel that now, like you could protect others. There's many, but I just gave you these. Feel that now. And you'll get whatever you get in 1 year, in 1 month. Because what you did when you went through that journey from the emotional thought harmony into everything that you saw when you went across and you got your result is you're escaping time. It's how you collapse time. You bring it all and you collapse, you warp it. So I read this one time, Psalms 139, I believe, verse 13 or chapter 13. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It says, "For you have created my inmost being. You knitted me in my mother's womb." The darkness. They tell you to be afraid of the darkness. This is in the darkness. You can't, like I said, you can't feel, you can't touch secure. You can't touch energized, joy, giving, conviction. You can't touch it, scratch it. You can't do none of that. For you have created my inmost being. You knitted me, crocheted me in my mother's womb in the darkness. Your eyes saw my unformed body. For all the days ordained It said, for all the days ordained. It was written for all the days. It said all the days ordained was written in your book. I forget what it said. For all the days ordained, it was written in your book. And the things came before me. So what it's telling you is, don't quote me on that, but all the days ordained was written in your book. And it's telling you, I can't remember the last little sentence, but what is that telling you is that, because when he said it was written in your book, so everything is written. It's like your identity is who you think you are. And that's why, but all of this, like the subconscious, the super ego, the unconscious, you have to develop a perspective around that. You have to put it into perspective to get your identity, because it's who you think you are. And think has the word ink, is already written in your book, in the book. So this is godly to form all of this together. Why is God? Because God is all. You have to see that. You have to see that invisible and put that into perspective. I'm trying to remember what it said. It said all the days ordained for me was written in your book. And those things that was written in your book came before me. So if you can use that song, it says if you're godly, if you can see the all within you, you can form your identity, and you would know the result you get if you keep this emotional thing secured, organized, joy, giving, conviction throughout the whole endeavor, the whole journey. No matter what happens, you'll get that result. And it'll just come in the form of money, because you have the capacity to hold that. This is what comes with it. But this is what the unconscious does. If you don't have this in your unconscious, like secure, energized, joy, because it uses trauma, it uses past things. If you can't reconfigure and recalibrate your unconscious mind to feel this way, you'll get it, but you won't. You'll get the opposite of feeling secure, because of what you have programmed yourself, or what your unconscious mind has grabbed. So you have to go within. I'm trying to remember. I'm going to say it again. It said, you've created my inmost being. You knitted me. See, I already forgot, but I have to read that again. I feel like pulling that up. I'm going to pull that up. Let's pull it up right now. Let's pull it up. We need to hear the real version of that. So give me a second. So while this is loading up, you have to go into your conscious. You have to know what your ego does, your super ego does to you. You have to then go into your subconscious mind, your daily patterns and habits, because you are responsible for that. Then you have to go into your unconscious mind, all the emotions that you used to feel about this. Like, how do you feel? Do you feel like this is so strange and far-fetched that you can't do it? And put it into perspective so you can have your own perspective. And then when you step into your new identity through that, you can change the way your perception is, because your perception has to do with how you take notes of the field, how you take notes of what's happening to you. So if you ask me, how did I make what I made in 1 year and 1 month? This is how I did it. I felt secured. I felt energized. I felt giving. I felt conviction. And the funny thing about it is, my journey now is I'm trying to make it more consistent, and which I am. But let me see if I can find it. Because I could pull up the King James book, but I have to go around this board, go in my closet, and I ain't doing all that. So let's see if I can find it. What I said, Psalms 139. I know I seen it on 139. Let's see. Trying to find it. Trying to find it, guys. Just work with me. Okay, here it goes. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. The darkness, you can become godly if you know the God within you. This is in the darkness. Security, more energized, joy, giving, conviction of the unseen. So, for you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. Your eyes saw my unformed body. In the darkness, it's formless. But if you can identify, this is why I go into blind spots first. I help people with their blind spots, with their beliefs around money, worth, and time. You get it? And then it's correction. This is correcting your frequency. And then you can, after you correct that, then you're in alignment. Then you could have a unified vision. This is like, in the practical sense, is partnership. And then you can have an invisible field, ether of wealth. An invisible field where money flows and never leaves the ecosystem through subconscious mastery and esoteric principles. These are principles you can't escape because you knit me together in my mother's womb. You could put it together in the darkness. This is the darkness. It seems like this is like outside of you. This is inside of you. This is in the darkness. So you've created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. So you have to feel this first in order for it to come to be. It's right here. I didn't say this is the Bible. Psalms 139. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me, which means that it was meant to be, were written in your book before one of them came to be. You can do that for yourself. That Bible verse gives me chills because it's right there. I'm not making none of this up. So that's how you step into an identity, and that's how you impress yourself. Hopefully you're not buying clothes to impress another person. Hopefully you can impress yourself, so you can impress the universe and it can impress you. This is why the word is ident. You dent, leave a mark. The only way to leave a mark is to step into that new identity is through the quality in which you do that in. And it's looking at you. It's actually looking at you and mirroring you. So start with that. So everything, if you embody that throughout, it'll be written who you think you are. Ink. It has the word ink in it. Be written in the book. It's already meant to be. So don't change it before one of them comes to be. Do this first, you'll manifest anything you want. You don't have to do, you can write your own list. Write your own list. Pull out your pen and paper, your ink, and write your own version of how you would feel if you received whatever you make in 1 year, your business and your job. If you was to receive that right now, how would you feel? And you feel that now? Like truly have conviction in that, carry that out the whole way through. It's already done. It's already written and it's already meant to be for you. So all I want to tell you is that's how you step into a new identity. You could call that an identity shift. An identity is how you impress the field, the universe, so the universe could impress you back. So remember, guys, man, let's keep it infinite.